In this new video for Daily Soccer Planet, we will talk about the most heated moments in the history of football, and that at the time caused great controversy in the world press. So let's start and review these moments that marked a precedent in the sport that we love so much. Simeone and Caminero, Diego Simeone and José Luis Pérez Caminero, a love affair that put a friendship in jeopardy. Simeone and Caminero were teammates at Atletico de Madrid in the 90s. Together, they were part of the Colchonero midfield in the idyllic 1995 to 96 season, the only national double, League and Copa del Rey, in the entire history of Atletico. 24 years ago, a sports journalist stated on a radio program that José Luis had something with the Argentine model, Carolina Baldini, the wife of the Atletico coach. Since then, the legend of a love affair involving the three of them has not stopped tormenting them. So much so that Simeone and Caminero did not want to pose together in public at any time, until in December 2011, Caminero, who was the club's general manager, announced the hiring of the Argentine as the club's coach. The fans, who are always experts in getting involved in intimate matters, sang, "Caminero, made love to your teammate's wife," at the derbies at the Santiago Bernabeu, in reference to the affair he had with Simeone's then-wife. It was a way of trying to disconcert the Atletico players. Simeone ended up separating from his wife, Carolina Baldini, in 2008. Simeone and Caminero were estranged for years, until in 2011, for professional reasons, they had to meet again to work together, and where it seemed that personal quarrels had been left behind. Karim Benzema, Mathieu Valbuena. Mathieu Valbuena has been away from the spotlight for some time. At 40 years old, he plays for Greek club Athens Kalathea FC, where he is squeezing the last drops of football out of his life. He recently gave an interview to L'Equipe, in which he reviewed his sporting career, talking about the moment that marked him forever. Valbuena's life changed radically in October 2015, when he reported extortion for blackmail over a sex video in which he was involved. This case affected Karim Benzema, who was accused of being involved and was finally sentenced to 15 months in prison, with the possibility of not serving it, and a fine of 75,000 euros. The former Real Madrid player was removed from the French national team, although he returned in 2021, something that Valbuena was never able to do. It's been a long time since then, and he seems to have gotten over it, but he hasn't forgotten what he considers an injustice. "It was the worst moment of my career. For me, the French national team was everything. I was angry for a long time, but I don't hold a grudge against anyone anymore. I'm at peace." The scandal prevented him from being at the Euro 2016, which the French team would end up losing in the final. Deschamps was the one who did not include him in the squad, but the hatchets have been buried. I met him not long ago. We talked about football, about many things. He was very happy to see me. Valbuena had a very bad time in his country, and that's why he decided to leave. In France, when you have a label, it's very difficult to get rid of it. There was a lack of objectivity with me. Abroad, people respect me much more. Despite being the victim, he was harshly criticized and insulted, which added even more reasons for having to leave. I needed to be forgotten for a little while. I became an easy target. I was booed in every stadium, but moving away gave me a new life. Abroad, they don't care about your non-sporting stories, says the former Olympique Lyon player. If you're passionate about football and love staying updated on transfers, the latest news, and impactful stories in the world of football, subscribe to our channel to stay informed about everything happening in the beautiful game. Juan Sebastián Verón and Juan Pablo Sorin. This is what is written in a chapter of his biography called Lado V, in which he comments on the long-standing problem he has with the former left back of the national team. The Argentine national team midfielder and emblem in the midfield of Estudiante de La Plata, Juan Sebastián Verón, said in his biography that one day he will meet Juan Pablo Sorin and will get rid of the urge to beat the shit out of him, referring to a problem they have had since the 2006 World Cup in Germany. In a chat with journalist Sergio Maffei, Verón did not avoid the question and said, "I will meet Sorin. Life will put us in front of him, and that's when I will get rid of the urge to beat the shit out of that kid. After we won the Libertadores, I looked for him. All the Brazilians came out except him. He didn't even go looking for the medal." That phrase is found in one of the chapters of Lado 5, called Enemies, where the former River and Cruzeiro fullback, among others, is the favorite target of La Bruja. The fight arose from a personal problem in Europe and deepened in 2006 after a match between Inter and Villarreal for the Champions League, where in the middle of the match, La Bruja and Soren had a clash in front of everyone. Roberto Mancini and Mario Balotelli, the former Manchester City coach, gave details of the clash with the Italian striker in training and also assured that he would give him another 100 opportunities. Roberto Mancini explained the incident he had with his Italian compatriot Mario Balotelli in training. The digital versions of the English newspapers showed photographs of the coach grabbing, pointing, and shaking Balotelli. The images were quickly published in the media around the world in 2013. Mancini shook Balotelli, the protagonist of constant controversy in his career, after the forward aggressively tackled Scott Sinclair in a training match. "I'll give him another 100 chances if necessary. I think he can change, and I'm here for that. I'll give him another chance. For sure, he's 22 years old and he made a mistake," Mancini said of the player at that time. Currently, Balotelli has not been able to control his behavior, and this has played a bad trick on him at every club he has played for. And so, we end this exciting journey through some of the most heated moments in the history of football, from personal betrayals and conflicts in the dressing room to scandals that transcended the pitch. It is clear that football is not just a sport, but a reflection of human complexity. These episodes, although controversial, remind us that behind each player there are people with stories that transcend the 90 minutes of play. What do you think has been the most controversial or heated moment in football history? Share your thoughts in the comments or send us your suggestions. We'll be reading them.